morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. At a conference yesterday in London held by the International Union of Marine Insurers, it was revealed that the Tianjin port explosion is likely to be the largest marine insured loss in history. According to the conference, the loss could in fact approach about $6 billion. It's unknown, even at this late date, several months after the August explosion, how much of the loss is going to fall on the marine insurance side or on the property insurance side. This uncertainty stems from the so-called exclusion zone that the Chinese government has put in place as they've gone ahead and cleaned up the debris, as well as some commentators observe might be removing incriminating evidence which would indicate that chemical safety laws insofar as the stores of dangerous chemicals were violated. In other big news internationally today, the European Union and the United States appear to have agreed on a revised data privacy protection agreement. The existing safe harbor agreement that had been in place for a number of years was struck down by a European judge in November of last year after a lawsuit was brought by a Vienna law student. Based on information from Jonathan Snowden, the spy who is now residing in Moscow, it had been revealed that the United States government had penetrated and reviewed European citizens' personal data issues. The new agreement will supposedly stop that. People such as Google, Facebook, and others are euphoric about the arrangement because it now means that they will not have to store their data in a European Union country. There was an explosion on an Airbus 321 earlier today, about 10 minutes after it took off from Mogadishu, Somalia. It was at an altitude of about 12,000 feet. The airliner was operated by Dalo Airlines. The explosion caused the passenger to be sucked out of the hole. The plane returned safely to Mogadishu. The flight had originated in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Carl Icahn is set to announce sometime early next week a competing board of directors that he intends to install to operate AIG once or if he assumes control of the company. He still is quibbling and quarreling with Peter Hancock, the AIG CEO, whose moves he claims to have improved the company's fortunes are pathetically unsatisfactory to him. Los Angeles County has finally filed criminal charges against Southern California Gas, the big utility in that area, for failing to quickly disclose the methane gas leak at the Porter Ranch site. The methane gas leak has now been in progress for 7 months. People in the area, including hundreds of homeowners, are wearing gas masks at all times. The California authorities have in fact come up with several plans to take care of the gas, including drilling a separate methane well and detonating it. That was quashed after physicists and geologists said they could in fact instigate an inferno which would burn much of the county. Finally, Toyota Motors has come to a conclusion with a suit from the U.S. government in which they will pay some $22 million. This is not a big amount of money. However, Toyota had been charged by the government with increasing interest rates for customers who were either African American or Asians. It turns out that Toyota Motors was able to avoid any culpability and say that the blame rested with the dealers who charged higher interest rates to car buyers who might have been blacks or of Asian extraction. Toyota is made in Japan by Asians. Very interesting. This is our last day in London. Tom Bailey will be doing the news tomorrow, and we'll be reporting again on Friday from the United States.